Hello, how are we doing? Well, excuse me, as I recall this, it's Saturday the 20th of April 2024, but this video won't be published for you to see until Friday the 17th of May. So, the reason I'm just recording this video today, I just wanted to provide an update following the Planning My Films for 2024 video that I published towards the end of February. Because if you watch that video, you will recall that I did say that I wasn't going to reveal where I was going this year, but I talked through how I was planning my accommodation for the places that I was going to be staying throughout the year. So, because since I made that video, things have already changed. So, I'll come to that now. Firstly, did you guess where I'm going this year? Well, I'm sure a lot of you won't be surprised to know that I'm returning to the Wye Valley in Forest of Dean this year. So, apologies for those people that sort of left a comment saying, are you going to the Wye Valley this year, or Forest of Dean, or are you going to such and such a place this year? Well, the reason I didn't respond to you is because, as I'd said in that aforementioned video, I wasn't revealing where I was going. So, but anyway, I revealed it now. The reasons that I've revealed where I'm going now is because I've managed to get down there already and make a few films, and the first of those films will be published 2 weeks after this one's published, so that will be Friday the 31st of May, I think. But also, and perhaps more importantly, if the Wye Valley in Forest of Dean is an area that you're not interested in, then you're not going to be wanting to watch my films for the rest of this year, because that is where I'm going to be filming for the rest of this year. I'm not filming any local walks at all this year. I am purely going to be concentrating on the Wye Valley and Forest of Dean. So, of course, back in 2018, I made quite a lot of films there then, and I was very satisfied that I managed to blitz the area as much as I could. But of course, you can never film everywhere. So, the plan for this year is to try and film some of those gaps, fill in some of those gaps that I couldn't do in 2018. So, we've got quite a list of places to go. As I say, I've filmed some already, but I've had to adapt the list already. So, back in March, I went down to Monmouth Premier Inn to stay. I stayed there a few times in 2018, and it was nice to go back there. So whilst I was staying there in March, I made a few films around the Wye Valley and Forest of Dean. I still had to adapt what I was planning to do because of the weather, mainly. We've had so much rain. The rain has been sort of non-stop for what seemed months and months and months, really. But I managed to get some filming done, so I was happy with that. However, I should have been returning over the Easter weekend. Excuse me. But I've been ill. That's been a major factor in all this. Yeah, it was. I should have been staying in a Premier Inn in Gloucester. I was meant to be staying in at the Longford Premier Inn in Gloucester over the Easter period, but because I was ill, I had to cancel it. So, and I had rearranged it for this weekend. So as I speak, I should be in the Forest of Dean now filming a walk and then checking into Longford Premier Inn this evening. But I still haven't recovered from this illness, so I just thought, well, I'm just not fit enough to go down there. Just to go down to Gloucester this weekend it's just not really the best idea. So I should have been going down over the Easter period, but rearranged it for today. I'm just going to have to resign myself to the fact that because I've not been able to rearrange it for another time again, I paid up front for the money at the Premier Inn at Gloucester. I'm just going to have to lose that money, unfortunately. Just one of those things. But as they say, your health is more important. However, for the places that are booked throughout the rest of this year, and I've changed some of that slightly because of what's been going on, those have all been booked through booking.com. So I'm staying in an apartment in the Forest of Dean at the end of May, and then the rest of the places are going to be in sort of B&Bs, that kind of a type of accommodation. But none of those are paid for. I don't pay for any of these until I get to the accommodation. So if for argument's sake, again, I need to cancel closer to the time, if I cancel it up till I think about 2 days before I'm due to travel, I can cancel without losing my money, so that's good. Anyway, hopefully by the end of May I should be fully recovered from this, so I'm sure I will be, because I am better than I was. But yeah, I've been ill for about a month now, would you believe? It's been awful, I'm not going to lie, it's been an awful few weeks. I ended up in hospital. Oh, that was very unexpected. I've never stayed in hospital before, so So, excuse me. Yeah, a month ago, it was Friday the 22nd of March. I remember finishing work. I'd been coughing for a little while. And that evening I just thought, I don't feel ill, but I just feel a bit under the weather. Little did I know. The next morning, flipping heck, I was bad. I felt feverish. I was going from feeling hot to cold and shivery. I was coughing still. I was just feeling rough and giddy. And I just had no appetite, no energy. I had no energy to do anything. I thought, oh, flipping heck, it's not COVID again, is it? But it didn't feel like COVID. But I took a test anyway, but that came back negative, so it wasn't COVID. I wondered if it might be flu, but of course I didn't have any way of testing myself for flu. But it didn't feel like flu, apart from the fact that I felt weak and feverish like I did when I had flu before. I had flu 8 years ago, I remember, and that knocked me for 6. But this didn't feel like flu for some reason, it felt very different. Anyway, I just felt really ill with this fever and cough, whatever it was I had. So I went to see my doctor after a week of being off work. She confirmed that I had a chest infection, because when I was breathing in and out, you could feel it like crackling, sort of like crackle, 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 crackle. It was horrible. So that was part of the chest infection. So she gave me some medication which didn't work, unfortunately. So the following week I returned and saw a doctor again, different doctor the second time. But she said, I'm a bit worried about you. I might have to send you to the hospital, she said. I thought, oh, flipping heck. And it was due to my oxygen levels. My oxygen levels, which was because of the chest infection, was I was feeling quite breathless. And my oxygen levels were down to like 90%. They should be sort of like up to 93, 95%. So she said, well, come back and see me in 2 days' time. So she arranged an appointment for 2 days after that. And I wasn't feeling any different, and she said, yeah, I'm going to send you to hospital. So like, flipping heck. So she referred me to hospital. So as soon as I left the surgery, I walked home, got straight in the car and drove to Chesterfield. So I checked into the Chesterfield Royal Hospital A&E. I had various tests done. They took a swab for COVID and flu. The COVID test came back as negative again. Flu came back as positive. So I did have flu after all. So yeah, so I had flu and a chest infection. Checked in. I was kept in overnight, which was expected anyway by the doctor. However, I ended up being there another 2 nights. Oh, flippin' heck. I was in an isolated ward because of my flu. But yeah, God, it was awful. It was horrible. And by the 3rd day, I think it was, the sort of towards the 3rd evening, I was starting to feel a bit better with the chest infection. It wasn't sort of like crashing throughout my body. It was feeling more just in my throat. So I thought, well, that's feeling a bit better. Still feeling quite feverish with the flu. But they did say, I think we can probably discharge you tomorrow. So I was discharged on the Saturday afternoon. So that was good. So yeah, the chest infection had improved and I was up to 95% oxygen. So that was good. But anyway, I still wasn't feeling well. So the following Monday, I went to see my doctor again and she signed me off for another week off work. So, and she said, well, yeah, just take things easy. Do get some exercise. Just don't do any long walks, she said. I've actually been off work now for 4 weeks. I've never had that time off work, ever. But I have been flipping ill. I don't mind telling you, it's been awful. I got to the stage before I went to hospital even, where I just felt my condition wasn't improving any day. So it was making me feel quite low, actually. So yeah, it's been an awful few weeks. So plans have changed already. So by the end of May, I'm due to be staying in an apartment in the heart of the Forest of Dean, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be better by then. So yeah, as a result of this illness, I've just had to rejig things around. Some things aren't going to get filmed, and I'm just had to rearrange my plans a bit. So we'll see how it goes. But so yeah, so anyway, 2 weeks a day. You'll be seeing the first of my Wye Valley and Forest of Dean films that I shot in March. So hopefully, by the time the ones that I did after that, they'll be published. Hopefully I'll have filmed a few more when I return to the area at the end of May. So watch this space. Obviously, if there are any changes again, which hopefully there won't be, I'll post another update. But yeah, so 31st of May, I'll be posting the first of my Wye Valley and Forest of Dean films. So please enjoy as much as I enjoyed going down there to film them, and as much as I'm going to enjoy returning to the area in May to hopefully film some more. So, bye for now.